I feel like these glasses make me look like someone's grandma. Like a really cool grandma. I think I can rock it. As you guys can probably already tell from clicking on this video, I have a new series. This is the first episode, and it is called Diary of a Massage Therapy Student. I re-enrolled in school, which is crazy to think about because I haven't been in school for quite some time now. The nice thing about these videos is that they're gonna be shot in a studio, so it's gonna look super professional. It's gonna be the vibe. But over the duration of the video, I'm going to be teaching you certain techniques, things I've been learning at school that I found helpful personally to me when it comes to pain management, because obviously I'm very into mobility and strength training and moving well for life. End goal here, I just want to have an impact in helping people do this as well. So if you happen to find this video helpful in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to share with friends or family, anyone who could benefit from learning these techniques as well. Without further ado, I'm gonna let Studio Shan take it away.
I'm going to just intro this. If you guys are watching this now, you probably just saw me intro this video already, but there's a human being in front of me now, and her name is Ciara. She's a great friend of mine, personal trainer at this gym. Trust her with my heart and life. All of it. Yeah, but what can we say? Sentimental. Basically, today she's going to be helping me demonstrate shiatsu, which, as you guys know, this series is called Diary of a Massage Therapy Student. I started school recently. It's been about 4 weeks now, and the goal of this series is essentially to teach you guys at home, anyone can do this. So at home, if you have a loved one or a significant other, someone who's in pain, or it's yourself, and you just want them to help you out, and it's nothing extreme like going to doctor of physical therapy or a chiropractor, right? These are techniques that you can apply in real life, real time, and see if it helps. So might as well use the knowledge of school to our advantage here. Before we begin, I gotta put my hair up because yeah, I gotta say, I got a lion's mane over here. We are gonna be going over, again, Eastern medicine, or Eastern therapy here. So it's a traditional Chinese medicine. It is a little bit out of my depth because it's about meridians, it's about pressure points. Things like your organs, certain organs are linked to certain pressure points in the body, which is crazy to me because usually I'm just like muscle, bone, landmark. When it comes to this, you might hear me say something like LI4, which is going to be something I talk about today. That's going to just be like a little point that I want you to just note in your head if you ever want to use it for like a pressure point. Whenever I reference those, it's usually just a pressure point. Everything else is going to be usually like softening or some type of technique that you can use with the full body, because Eastern medicine, it's not like Western here. Swedish is Western. A lot of hands, a lot of lotion, a lot of oils, skin on skin contact. Typically, the client is disrobed, not wearing clothes, and there's a blanket over them. That's what you're gonna see a lot of in America. Traditional Chinese medicine, though, it's dry work, which is just a fancy way of saying you're wearing your clothes, and I'm just going over you with your clothes on. This can be done literally anywhere. When it comes down to at least overall like scheme today, I'm gonna start off with just a pressure point. So I'm actually gonna have you sit up for me, darling. And I'm gonna show you on her, I'm gonna show you on me. That way you have different angles, different people, and you can see what it looks like on different bodies, which obviously, as you can tell, I'm a little bit taller than Ciara here. Not by much, just what, almost a foot? Almost a foot. In shoes. No. What? No. But basically what I'm gonna have her do is put your palm out like this. So this is that point I was going to talk about, or I am talking about it. LI4. This is going to be right on the inside of your thumb. So actually adduct it. When you adduct your thumb, as you can see right here from this angle, when you adduct your thumb, there's a little hill, little bump that comes out naturally. I want you to put your thumb into this bump and press inwards. Okay, so we're going towards the pinky here. If you press that down, you might feel a little bit of give back, a little bit of, ooh, my body is fighting it. This can be very sensitive for some people, so just a reminder on this one, don't apply too much pressure right away. This point is important though because it actually helps with headaches. Just learned that. Who would have thought? But I don't want to apply it to everyone because everyone is different. If you are someone who suffers with headaches, this might help you. So I know you had a headache earlier, but you know, try this at home maybe instead of right now. It's just demo. But you're just gonna press inwards, hold it for about 15 to 30 seconds. Just focus on your breathing as you do it. And you can keep doing that. You might need it a few more times just to make sure the headache fully goes away. But that is like the simplest thing for headaches that I learned about recently, which is wild. But for you now, I need you to lie on your chest, hands at the forehead again. Okay, so When it comes to Eastern medicine, it's a lot more focused on body mechanics and how you can use your full body to your advantage as opposed to your hands, right? If we think massage, a lot of us think, again, hands-on, skin, lotions, oils, rubbing into the body. That can tire you out. If you are someone who's been massaging your family members at home just to help them out, you'll probably notice after 5 minutes, your hands are wrecked. Not very fun. So school has taught us that body mechanics here, you can actually utilize your hips, your legs, full body force to apply certain pressure or a good amount of pressure into certain points, right? We don't want to go crazy with it, but at least when it comes to softening techniques, what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be pressing into Sierra's body. I'm working over her. So as you can see, my left leg is over here. My right leg's over here. I'm going to have my hands out here, okay? And what we're going to be doing is just going up the spine. We're not going to be on the bone because if you touch a bone, it's not gonna feel good. We're gonna have our fist be soft, not clenching. We're not gonna have a hard pressure. We want a soft pressure so that it's malleable. It can actually conform to the body. So you're not trying to hound it in, like grind it into the person. You're trying to softly apply the pressure and use your hips and legs to help assist you with that. That's the first technique. Very simple, very easy to do. All you do, apply pressure throughout the full body while pressing into the person on the mat. When it comes to cat kneading, I want you to think of a cat walk. You're going to apply pressure from palm into fingers, walking up the body, almost like a wave, if you will. This is the term they use, cat kneading, in school, but I like saying the wave instead because then you can apply the pressure and work with the body. At the very end, so we're going to go down the full back, I'm going to get to her sacrum. This is when the glutes start popping up. There's a bone right here, bottom of the spine. I'm going to place my hands like a triangle onto that bottom part and press into it. If I can do that, sometimes people feel a little bit of a release when it comes to the low back, which is really nice. Some people, it's just a nice little pressure point that people are like, I could care less about it. So it really depends on the person you're working with. But the way you want to work on this one, you're not going to lunge over this person because it's just going to be pretty hard to leverage yourself. So I'm going to be on my knees. And I recommend, just a heads up, if you do this at home, prefer you to have something underneath your knees because obviously this on wood, not very comfortable. I'm going to first ground you in, so deep breath for me, girl. So for this one, let's see how I can do this. This next technique, now after doing the cat kneading, we're gonna be doing the elephant walk down the leg. So elephant walk, you wanna think about big steps, but we're never taking one hand off. You're always gonna have the hands on. You're just applying pressure side to side, shifting with it naturally down the body. Once we get down to this point though, we're gonna be doing dragon's mouth. So that's what they call it in class. Dragon's mouth, just think this is the mouth right here. You're going to apply it to the calf and you're going to just press down. Okay, you don't need to necessarily squeeze it. Sometimes squeezing feels good for people. I actually like doing this for clients, but when it comes down to it, it's more so a thing where you don't want to fatigue your hands again, because again, when it comes to massage, if you get a thumb cramp, you're done. We are just going to make sure to apply the pressure, not necessarily use our thumbs to our advantage too much. And then from here, I'm gonna go straight into the glute, okay? You'll notice when it comes to actually pressing into the body, I do not want to have bent fists. If anything, this is going to be a immediate cramp or something in my forearm acting up. So we want to make sure to watch our form on that. Body mechanics again. Endpoint, by the way, when it comes to endpoint, you'll notice I'm stopping just above where the ankle joint is. You do not want to go too low because you have calf muscles, basic anatomy, gastroc, soleus. End of soleus, there's a tendon. Tendon's very sensitive. And also, as you notice, not a lot of room to work with here. So if I'm applying pressure to this joint and then this foot starts going that way, it's gonna be just a recipe for disaster in a sense. You wanna make sure endpoint on this leg, if you're gonna take up this technique and try it on someone, don't go into the crease and don't go just above the ankle. Maybe stop short because it's gonna be a safer bet than actually going into that joint. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up her calves, by the way, because I'm being a nice friend. To practice on my other schoolmates. That's how we do school, by the way. Fun little side fact. When I go to class every day, it's 4 hours, which as an adult who's already busy as is, holy moly. But nice thing about it is that I have made already so many friends in that class simply because when you touch someone's body, you better get to know them in a very nice manner. I mean, come on. So the next technique I'm gonna teach you guys is not necessarily softening technique. It's not the patting down and applying pressure. Instead, we're gonna go through range of motion, or ROM, if you will. If you ever see the capital ROM, just know range of motion for personal trainers. It really helps. We're gonna focus on the knee right now. I'm gonna focus on this side, and I will come back to this one, I promise. But we're gonna focus on range of motion. That way you guys can see from this angle what's going on. But after that, we're also gonna do a stretch. So it's gonna be followed by stretch, range of motion, a little bit of circular motion going on, and then we're gonna follow it up with a quad stretch. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab this leg, right? We're just gonna bend at the knee joint, 90 degrees right here. From here, I'm gonna pop my leg over, and then you're just gonna let it rest for a second. I'm gonna show you guys the movement, and then it's gonna be also showing you with her foot. So we're gonna think the circular motion outwards and inwards. This doesn't apply to every single joint. If I was doing her hip joint here, I would actually just go outwards because it's very foreign for people to go this way with the hip, right? But as you can see here, knee joint has a lot more motion. What you're gonna do from here, hold the foot like a chalice, okay? Like a cup. You're going to make sure to go in big circles. If someone is experiencing very bad knee issues or tight quads, start with small circles, build your way up, work with the body and the person in front of you. Don't just assume. And I think you guys can see it pretty well, but I am lunging into this. Okay, so that's where the motion is coming from. I'm not just standing straight and doing this because it really limits myself and her from actually experiencing full range of motion at the knee joint. Knee gap, stretch. What you're gonna do, grab opposite hand, place it behind the knee. I'm gonna pull her foot back towards her butt. When you do this, think what's happening in the quad. It is now getting that stretch that it needs. If I was to extend it, that's a different story, right? We're not necessarily getting a stretch, it's shortening here. So from here, I'm gonna push back, but I'm gonna have you take a deep breath in, slow breath out. I just want to remind you guys, look at where I'm grabbing her leg. I'm not grabbing up here because I don't want to hurt her ankle joint. I don't want it to get all messed up. So I'm making sure to go with what's going to be most sturdy as opposed to what's probably going to hurt her or too much pressure. It's going to just make it very uncomfortable. Just sit like this. I'm done. But no, basically, that is it for the first diary of a massage therapy student. I just wanted to show you guys a few techniques. If I overdo it and add all this fancy stuff, you might get confused, or it just might be too long of a video. I'm gonna be the one editing this later. I don't want that for myself. So we're gonna keep it nice and short. I will be back again with diary number 2 of a massage therapy student. All this stuff that I'm learning right now is on a mat, so it's convenient in the sense I could do it anywhere. But just make sure, if you're gonna do this at home, maybe have like a nicer mat, more fun. I feel bad for Sierra because she's on the floor, but like more cushion might be preferable, especially if you're working with older generation people. Okay, they need it. So, but other than that, I hope those techniques help you guys. I hope that you find some value in any of this, and I'll see you next time.